Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Today, going to go up for a couple flights. Actually, we do. We're now that we're in the sort of the San Jose area. Had a game yesterday. Got a day off today. I'm going to go up in the air with my virtual friend Barb on ILS, and we'll talk more about Barb when we get down to Santa Barbara. We'll come back in town. But right now, she's just going to help on this. You'll hear her guiding us in. We're going to be in the four-seater Cessna 172 Skyhawk going out of Monterey. Let's show you some other things. All right, we're sitting on the runway ready to take off, and yeah, so this is basically what's going on. And she's in the pilot seat. I am in the passenger seat. She's not gonna say much till we get up there, but we're gonna. Hey, Barb, there she is. She's listening to the tower, so she can't really talk. So anyway, we're gonna go up, and you're gonna meet us on final, and let's hope this works. I am gonna fly from here, and I'm gonna use the the gauges over on her side, but she's gonna kind of talk us in. So hope you like it. And this is the exact approach we're going to take here coming in towards Monterey from the west toward the east. Beautiful area. And yeah, we're in the 172. This is what time of day it is. UTC is 8 hours difference out here. Visibility 20 kilometers, clear sky, 4 nautical miles. About a 19-minute thing. We're going to fly the ILS approach runway 10 into Monterey Regional with the Cessna 172 frequency 110.7, approach course 99. I may do a loop around while she sort of does some explaining and reading stuff off, and then we'll come on in, right? Here goes. Okay, so we're turning around. We're going to get on final, and then Barb's going to teach us what we need to do. Well, we think we got the audio right, but here we are over the Monterey coast. And I'm going to get... It's hard to see around her. Hard to see around here, Bob. You're a better door than a window. Or a better pane than a window. Where's the airfield? Okay, there's the airfield. All right. Why don't you go ahead and tell us what we need to do then, Barb?
We are going to fly the Cessna 172 and use the ILS RWY-10R at Monterey Regional Airport in California, located about 100 nm south of San Francisco. The frequency for this ILS is 110.7 MHz and the approach course is 098. Enter standby frequency. Turn the small and large frequency knobs on the NAV-1 radio receiver to select the ILS frequency. For the Monterey ILS 10R, enter 110.7. Activate frequency. Press the arrow button on the NAV-1 device to swap the active and standby frequencies. This activates our entered frequency, and the receiver is now tuned to the station. When you are within range, the needles in the cockpit should pick up the signal. Set approach course. Rotate the NAV-1 course knob to set the approach course for the ILS. In our Monterey example, set a course of 098. Course deviation indicator. With the NAV-1 receiver tuned to the correct frequency and the selected course set to the approach course, we will see a needle deflection on the NAV-1 course deviation indicator. Localizer deviation. The vertical needle can move left and right and shows us if we are centered on the localizer or not. When the needle shows a deflection to the left, we have to correct towards that direction, i.e. turn the aircraft a bit left from the approach course to capture it. If the needle is to the right of the center position, we need to turn right a bit to fly back onto the desired track. When no signal is received by the device, you will see an off flag. Check the active frequency and check that you are close enough to the station. Glide slope deviation. The second needle can move up and down and indicates our deviation from the desired glide path. Most of the times the glide path is at a 3-degree angle to the horizon. When the needle is above the center, then the glide path is above us. We need to reduce the descent of even climb. If the needle is below the center, then we are too high and need to descent down. Not all localizers have a glide slope.
All right, so there you go. You got it from the woman. We are a little high. We're going to establish ourselves here. We're a little right too. You can see we want to get down. You can see the poppies that are showing you the same thing that she was basically telling us. But we need to descend quicker. And I got full flaps down, Barb. So I think we're set there. We're still above that glide slope. You can see it right there under the main thing. We're a little bit to the right as well. And we got to come down to meet that line. All right, now we want to turn on it. On course. To catch that. And then, let's see, I'm going to maintain 65 knots. So I need to trim it back here. I got the trim wheel down here. Now we're at about the right height, but we're a little far left. I don't know if there's a crosswind or not here, Barb. What do you think? At Monterey? Looks like there's some waves off the shore. We're meeting the glide slope pretty well there, though, aren't we? A little bit right. I'm watching my speed. I got front pressure. It looks like we're crab walking just a little. We're trying to maintain 65 knots. We're above it a little bit. I think we're making a pretty good approach. One of the cool things about Aerofly FS4 is a little bit right. You can do a replay too, so I'll show you the replay right after this from different angles. We're a little high or a little low. There we go, right there. Of course, once we get here, we're basically going to come off the. We're not worried about the glide scope anymore because we're trying to land on the touchdown marker. I've cut power. That's an ugly landing, folks. That's an ugly landing. But I did it though, didn't I, Barb? All right, so get our flaps back up. And we're going to roll off the runway here to the right. I'm not that tall, so I don't usually have to duck down under the wing to see it, but we're going to peel off to the right here. And you could check that one out again. We're going to do the replay in just a moment. I'll show you the replay function. And after this, I'm going to take the same aircraft out, fly it on an introductory flight. So stay tuned for that. That's going to follow this immediately. We're going to call tower, or ground. This is, what are we? I don't even know our thing. Number 519er11 with you for taxi. I want to taxi straight ahead to such and such center. Okay, whatever. We'll go off straight ahead. Of course, I'm in the passenger seat for this, or the co-pilot seat for this one. I prefer to call it, ConocoPhillips USA. I prefer to call it pilot monitoring. There it is. All right. We're going to check that replay out. Check this out, folks. So here's the deal. First one, put the parking brake on. Parking brake. Right there. Okay, so now we go back. You hit pause. You go down. You click down here, and you can take this sucker and pull it in. There's a plane taking off right there. Don't worry about that. Okay, so we'll just go from like here. Now you press play, and you can change all your views. So here's from the back seat. If I was a passenger, here's straight away. Her side or front side, co-pilot, off the co-pilot's wing, off the pilot's wing. Those kind of go back and forth. From behind here, from under the carriage. Oops, I'm sorry. Over the top. Pretty nice. Side wing view here. Other wing view. Behind a little ways. And directly behind. And then you got this one. This one I kind of like too. This is one of my favorites. Except you can't see me in the passenger seat there. And then these ones, you've got like a flyby. And then I think a tower one. Yeah, so here's what the tower sees as I'm coming in. So let's check out. Let's critique my landing from the tower view, as one does. So you can see like the scenery. It's believable. You know, it's not stellar, but man, this thing runs great. And you could do it in VR as well. Yeah, it looks like I guess I'm coming in on the glide slope like I'm supposed to. So I've got the exact descent rate I'm supposed to. But now my flare out and landing leaves a little something to be desired. Yeah, this is my actual landing. And you can see I float and then I drop onto the runway. Right here I cut a little soon. Now I'm sinking. I tilt back, my stall horn goes off. Tilt back again. Boom. It's a little hard landing. There's November 519er11. At this point, there's a November 519er11 exit taxiway when able. 519er11 exit taxi to the right. Contact ground on such and such whatever. I don't even know what Monterey's thing is. Let's see how well I pull off. Pretty good. Yeah, you can see like the other textures around here in real life, these would be a lot more detailed, but I think that saves some pretty good performance. There you go. Anyway, that's cool. All right. So then let's go on over to what's it called and do a discovery flight, just me. Okay, so for the discovery flight, I'm going to be taking off from KU-16, San Martin, California. Here you can see where we are. We were doing practice down in Monterey. So now flew on out here to San Martin, Barb and I. She's gonna stay here. I'm gonna take the plane up and fly along the highway here mostly. And I don't even know exactly how I am navigating. I guess SJC. I go towards San Jose, but I got to turn off the flight path because aircraft are coming in there. I fly along the hills here, basically go north. It didn't give me any instructions on how to do this. I know that at Livermore, it's 110.5 is a localizer, and it's course 255, so I can get that. It's a pattern of 3,100 feet. So I'm gonna climb to about, I guess, 4,000. We'll see. I don't know what other stuff it gives me though. What else it tells me? So let's find out. All right, so here I guess we're holding short of 3-2, doing our run up. If we look at this, there's us from the tower. But I like this view a little bit better for the flyby. We got a view from behind. I guess there's other aircraft doing touch and goes here as well. So, which view do you want to do? We won't do that because Barb's not supposed to be in the plane. So let's just do the undercarriage one. I am in the driver's seat, just me. He's not actually here, so I'm in an empty plane by myself. This is what the interior looks like. Pretty good. I mean, this is. I was in Cessna 172 with Matt, and it was not as nice as this. This is pretty darn good. But I guess we'll get our clearance from tower, and we'll head on out. I don't see anybody on final. I guess what we could do is go like this, right? If we go, no, that's not it. Okay, there's somebody on final. We've done our walk around. We'll get when he leaves. We'll take off. 4,000. I said. Oh, I can get done. I get 110.5. That's what I want. Hold on 1 second here. 1 second. Sorry, I got a reminder to take out the garbage. All right, what did I say? 110.5. Oops. There we go. 110.5 and it was of course 255. 255. I mean, we're not going to need this for a while or anything like that, but that's pretty good. But that way we'll have it when we get up there. I got a little map, a little map here that kind of shows you where you're at and everything. This is showing me, oh, I guess this is my nav route. So I guess it shows me where to go if I now I didn't learn yet how to set this, but I guess this is going to show me I should be dialed in on it, right? Because if it's in there, oh shuckles. I don't have maybe that's what this one is. Maybe see I got to learn a little bit more. I think I'm supposed to be dialing these in. Because if I did if I did this like on 3.5, which is my runway heading, then I'm probably, yeah, I'm supposed to be dialing in my nav stuff to each waypoint. But since I'm not doing that, I may be able to check down here and see where I'm supposed to be. We'll have to see, folks. I'm just going to get in the air. I know I can find it visually, so at least I got that going for me. Anybody on final? Nobody on, oh, that guy's on final again, so doing touch and goes. Yeah, sorry, I got to take out the trash and wife was calling. There we go. Oh, he's disappearing. I guess he's, because we're waiting here. Okay. Tower, this is November 51911 with you short of 35 for takeoff to the north. November 51911. For takeoff runway 32. Runway 32 clear for takeoff. November 51911. 32. It's 32. Maybe I could set this to 32. Do I have takeoff flaps? I don't need takeoff flaps, right? Right, Matt? I don't need takeoff. I don't need no takeoff flaps. I'm doing this manually. Matt would be proud. I'm not using my my autopilot. I'm up. I need a trim because my nose is way up. I think 10 degrees, right? Best rate of climb. Trimming out. All right. I think I'm a little shallow. I think I could go 10 degrees, right? So basically, I'm following the highway. Until I get near the airport, then I'm going to be turning north. Now, when Pete and I came flying in, our airliner makes an approach right down this valley. I'm going to keep the course right off my left here. And we'll get up to about 4,000. Let's check some of these other views real quick. There we are. There's the one from behind. Flyby. And then of course that one from the tower. All right, but I'm back inside here. Nice looking out there. Again, I want to stay off the runway for San Jose there. I don't want to be on their flight path. Because like I said, our Alaskan flight came right down this valley. And when I was flying with Matt, I can check my map and see where we're at there. Oh, it wants me to go to 4,000. Okay. Well, I guess I'll follow the path. I mean, this is like your this would be like flight. There's a SkyWest 3413. Looks like it's 9,300 feet. So yeah, that's kind of like your radar. Check that, pull that out every once in a while and see that you're not going to run into anybody. I could trim a little bit more back here. That 10 degree. My best rate of climb. It thinks we should be at 4,000 right there. So I'm not really, yeah, like I said, I would, if I really knew what I was doing, I would set my OBS there. The second one down, I'd be setting it for my markers. Instead, I'm using my Flight to tell me that I'm almost there. But I'm timing this just about right. Right, Matt? I mean, I got my climb. Was that 4:07 p.m.? Yeah, but I like the there we are, top of climb. Slowly pulling that back a little bit. Oh, whoop. I can lean it a little bit. I'm leveling off at 400, about 2,300 RPM. I'm gonna trim this out to keep myself level. Right, I think 2,300 is where I want to be, Matt. Isn't that right? RPMs, I gotta look this stuff up. I want to do it right. I'm trimming out right now. This plane wants to lean left. I guess, is that normal? Alright, here we are, 4,000 feet. Pull my map thing out there again. Looks like we're on course. And we're set. Yeah. So I think it looks nice in here, right? I mean, the details good. It's what you'd expect to see in any flight simulator. It looks just as good in VR too, and runs just as well. It's pretty great. Got a nice radio stack there. But I have to do the lessons and get reacclimated with what I need to be focused on. I think I'm trimmed out pretty well here. From 4,000 feet, the scenery looks really good. You know? It's that perspective about a mile high or a little less than a mile high that it really comes through. And because the terrain down there, I mean, it's high resolution terrain. And like I said, it looks good from this distance. As you get closer is when you see the pixelation. But that, you know, like you can see there. But it's because of that, it meant it can run so smoothly. And in VR, it's just a dream. Alright, still at 4,000. Let's check my map, make sure I'm supposed to be. Turning out a little bit this way. Let me take a look at what heading this is. It's roughly 332. Heading a 320. So my flag just switched over, which means I'm in range already of the localizer out at wherever I'm going to. Yeah, so Pete and I in town here played at Bingata, which is back out that way. Against the Sawteeth yesterday. I won't tell you how that went. But watched the Ramblers 2024 season for that. Extra day here to do some flying. And then when we go out to LA, I'm going to do some landing challenges at Catalina and do a private instructional flight with Barb at Santa Barbara, which is where Matt and I took off from in real life. So if you watch my video, I got Santa Barbara to San Luis Obispo. That's essentially where we were. And so there's San Jose, California. And that's an accurate representation of San Jose from 4,000 feet. Just under miles. Nice looking golf course down there. So I saw recently on sale, I think it was Tiger Woods 2K23. I know EA Sports has their golf out, but EA Sports is just, it's a shell of the company it used to be. It's kind of a joke now. And the ratings reflect it. But 2K Tiger Woods looks really nice. And they had a free-to-play weekend a couple weekends ago. And I wanted to try it out, but I didn't get a chance. But Pete was interested. I know we used to golf. We still have the Golf Club 2019. We can golf on there. There's a lot of courses we haven't golfed yet. And I do miss that. Hopefully we can get out and do some of that. Alright, so see, I see somebody coming right toward me. Or off in the distance. Who is that? He's at 7,000 feet? Looks like he's at 7,000 feet. Yeah, so again, one of the biggest things with this sim, you don't get sorry, I'm gonna turn this down a little. With this sim, you don't get air traffic control. That's another thing that helps perform, but you have to kind of imagine it. So you're not doing this to practice air traffic control. That's an airliner heading out south and east, and they do populate the traffic with flights based on real world. So when you see flights coming and going, it's based off a real world component. Where are we here? Oop, I'm a little right. I gotta turn left here. Right, I mean. Yeah, see, I got a 737 Southwest 1427 barreling down on me at 10,000 feet. It's gonna come over the top of me. But yeah, there's San Jose Airport. Repeating that. So there's downtown San Jose proper, and you could, you know, you can compare that to what you've seen on the Microsoft Flight Simulator flyover. It looks better in Microsoft Flight Simulator, but that looks very believable, very real. The buildings are generally where they're supposed to be, and that's the downtown area. And then the airport right there off my stanchion. And then the bay up ahead there is San Francisco out that way, Oakland that way. Bengata Bowl would be at the base of the mountains back that way, west San Jose. Now let's see. I'm a little west. Gotta go heading about 360. Almost. 34, 35. I guess they have me go through this valley because I'm below these peaks. And it has me flying at 4,000 feet, so yeah, I guess if you're a Sawtooth fan, this is your neighborhood. You might live out here. East San Jose. The Teeth, I don't know. I mean, they're always a strong team. They got junior, and senior together again for one last show. Junior moved down to San Diego. I was telling Pete, unceremoniously, several seasons back, the Sawteeth make the playoffs, and Junior gets cut from the team the day before the playoffs. Goes down to San Diego, plays for the Moonstars for a couple seasons. I believe he was there last season when they won it all, and now he's back here in San Jose. Check my map here. I'm a little right of the, or a little left of the path. The flight path. Speaking of paths, you can see a lot of these little like dirt roads and stuff that wind throughout the hills over here. It's really, you can see my shadow gives you a good idea for how fast we're moving across the ground. You know, check my course out. All right, we get to Mabry. It looks like we're turning. Yeah, see, I'm supposed to have Mabry dialed in. I have to do I have to do better flight planning next time. And actually look all these VORs and stuff up. Because that's the way you're supposed to do it. But now when I want to turn, I can just let go of the yoke because this thing wants to turn anyway. That's me letting go of the yoke. There's an airliner up ahead there. Let's see what kind of a course here. Actually 3-2. Yeah, I wonder where that flight's going. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoy the the travel series. Pete and I were talking about baseball again, always during the season. I'm gonna trim it down just a little. Um, Decided to do this thing called the travel series where we talk strategy between games. But instead of doing a show that we had like live from the Hive, we do it on flights between games. Give you an appreciation for the logistics. So you can see what it looks like to be a passenger on on a jet in this game, if that interests you. The airport will be taken off from tomorrow. We fly out back out to Dallas. I think I'm a little off here. No, I'm on. I want to be heading 3-3 just about. At this point, I could hit like autopilot. I could set the autopilot up. As a matter of fact, let me just test it out here. Set my autopilot bug, heading bug, to 3, 3, 2, 3. Let's just test this out. Right, there we go. Alright, so we got it on heading mode. $5,000 feet. So I gotta learn how to use this thing. I mean, it works normal. But I think this thing, it says 5. I don't think it's holding my altitude. I think I can still pitch up. But it's holding my heading. Well, I'm going to take it off anyway so I can turn right. And I'm a little low anyway. So about there. And now it thinks I'm gonna descend to 2,400 feet. Basically heading north here. And I don't see the airport yet, although I'm not really looking for it either. I'm a little right of the mark now. So yeah, I gotta figure out how to use the autopilot as well. But for a sightseeing thing like this, I'm mostly testing myself anyway. I'll just hold this heading and do north. And in a couple minutes, I can start my descent. So, let's see, where's this place at again? Let me check this one more time. Well, it's basically, I think, on the other side of that ridge, or over here in that town. I don't even know where I'm going. Let's check some of their views. There we are from the ground. Kind of cool. Whoop, whoop. Little. All right, I've gone a little left. So it says less than 210 knots. We're almost at Cusick. And I can start doing my descent. So I think I'm going to pull power to 2100. Whoops. To start my descent. And then it wants me to go, oh, take a right turn, right? What heading is that? Okay, so the airfield should be off on my left. Right about here. 750. I think I have an aircraft coming over me, right over the top. I think I got my landing lights on already. I got all my lights on. I'll put my fuel pump on before I hit the ground. So the chart I read said that I should be at 3100. There's the airport right off my wing. So I should be at 3100. This thing says less than 2400. Between 24 and 14. About 2000. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. My approach charts in the real world say the pattern starts at 3,100. But my little moving map here is telling me I gotta be less than 2,400, but greater than 14. All right, less than 2,400, but over 14. But I'm at 3,000. If I was less than 2,400, I'd be on the ground there, wouldn't I? $3,100 is where I'm supposed to be. Nice golf course. But I'll go to 2,400 if they want me to. But I don't think I'm going to go below 2,400. You know? I'll turn left here. And then I'm going to give it some flaps. I think I'm a little early to do flaps in real life, but... What heading here? I'm gonna go 2100. All right, right about there. And then I should intercept the glide scope. Once I do that, I'm not going to have to worry about my altitude. I mean, well, you know, it's going to make sense, but I got setting one flap. Yeah, so when I was out flying with Matt, he was telling me most of the year this is what it looks like in SoCal. It's kind of a yellowish brownish tint because they don't get the kind of rain out there that you might think. It's like a heading of a point about 3.5 will keep us there. Yeah, I think this is a good altitude. 2100. I'm gonna get my fuel pump on. Got all my lights on already. So it's a tower. This is November 519 or 11 with you for landing runway 25. 519 or 11, turn left heading 255. Intercept the glide scope. Second line behind whoever that other guy is. Clear to land runway 25. November 519 or 11, turn left heading 255. Clear to land second line. Or I give the thing back and then I say 255, right? I should be getting clear to. I think I set my glide scope up right, didn't I? There's the runway. I can turn off my thing now. Alright, there's the glide scope. Give it some more flaps. Give it full flap. Alright, I'm established on the localizer. Nice moon in the background too. How about that, huh? I'm a little. Oh, did they have an off flag? Is there an off flag by that? Okay, so they got a localizer. They don't have a glide scope. No, no, because it's ILS. Wait, I'm too high. That's right. That's right. I'm too high. That's why. I'm like, yes, they do have a glide scope. They got an ILS. I looked it up. And the needle quite clearly is showing me I'm too high. And now I gotta come in really steep. Okay, now I can start to give myself some more gasoline here. Alright, there we are. Now I got the glide scope. I was way too high. And I'll do a replay on this one again. But not on all of them. I'm supposed to be at 65 knots on final, aren't I? I think it's a pretty good approach here. Now, the poppies don't look like I'm all that great, but the glide scope looks like I'm fine. All right, now I'm not worried about the glide scope anymore. I'm visualizing it. Little short of the touchdown marker. Flaps up. I could have made that one. Should have made that one. But it's not my airplane, so I'm gonna give it a little. Nobody behind me on the thing, right? Nobody's on final behind me. All right, so I'm gonna twist on off to the right here. All right, so you switch over to frequency. Ground, this is November 519er 11 with you. Holding short, request taxi for parking. 51911 taxi parking via such and such, whatever. I don't have the chart in front of me, so I couldn't tell you what it is. Go park straight, parking lot on the left. Straight ahead, parking lot on the left. November 519er 11. Watch and make sure nobody else is taxiing. Now in the game, nobody else taxis. You don't have taxi traffic. The traffic is only in the air, and if it gets, the way this works is if the traffic gets too close to you, it disappears. Um, so there's no actual like collision. But since it's graphically jarring, you try not to get too close to any aircraft because you don't want to see them disappear into a wormhole. Keep you up at night. All right. I'll find a parking spot. Park next to the Cherokee over there, or a Cherokee looking thing. We'll tie her down. Nice looking airport though. The trees look good in this sim. The buildings are fine. I could turn off my fuel pump. I forgot about that. Moving ahead, moving ahead. There we go. All right, put it in park, and then I'm going to show you the replay again. Let's check that one out because the replay function works, babies. We'll just do the approach like here because this is where I like sort of jarringly figured it out. Good one. All right, here I am coming down in. I'll do that one right here. I don't know which one's best. I kind of like this one. I mean, I can pan my head around my head tracker. The tail cam here. You can see what's in front of the building. Some of the scenery around here looks like I got a highway off to the right. I don't know what's up there on the hill. Yeah, it looks like a bit of a sink rate, doesn't it? That looks a little. If we go back in the cockpit, you can see. Yeah, I'm going 1,000 feet per for a minute there. Now I finally even it out here because I'm about to catch the glide scope. So from here it looks like a normal approach. There you go. Yeah, see the neighborhoods down there? They don't look awful. That one's a bit much. I think this one's the one I like the most. It's the flyby one. Pretty good. And we'll see from the tower. Oops, the tower with what it looks like there. Pelican Church out in the background. But come in. I'm cutting the engine here. I flare out a little soon, maybe. Definitely much better than, and then I let the nose fall down pretty quick. Like I'm trying to bend my prop. But and I didn't stay on that center line. But much better than my last one where I slammed down. Slam that sucker. And then pulled off. Oops. And then go park it. All right. So that's it in a nutshell, people. That's Aerofly FS4. Thanks for watching both the ILS approach into Monterey and the Discovery flight north out of San Jose. See, we got somebody coming into the pattern here now to land. If you watch long enough, they'll actually come in. Just be contacted ground. Yeah. So then we fly back to Dallas, and then when we come back out here to LA the next time out, I'm going to take some time and do a landing challenge at Catalina and just to fly the pattern flight with Barb, the AI voice, on that last one from Santa Barbara, which is where Matt and I flew out of in real life. So I'm going to keep this going for just a little bit longer to see if this guy actually does a touch and go or how he approaches this. Because I'm off the runway, but I don't think he'll disappear. I think he'll actually land. Because, like last time we were, maybe I got to look from a different angle. Back this way. Yeah, last time we were close to the runway and the aircraft disappeared because it was like, all right, well, this person's trying to get out there. So I think this one actually lands. The traffic actually makes their way all the way through. And he's coming down on the parallel runway on the other side. Sorry, I had to whip around because I'm turning. Yeah, and there he is. And I don't know if he's doing a touch and go or if he's... Oh, wait, that's not the parallel runway, right? Because there's two taxiways. So what happens? I think when they get to the end, they disappear. Unless they do touch and goes, in which case he takes off again. Looks like he is picking up speed. Oh, he just gets off the end of the runway. All right, so he's doing touch and goes. All right, thanks for watching, folks. I really slammed on the brakes there. See you next time. Bye now.